Hi everyone. I'm really tired, so I apologize. It was a long day working at this construction site, so I hope I get this quick and clear and don't make it too long. So this is just a quick stock market update. I know some of you are probably more interested in the spiritual world, and so am I, and things like this. But it is important because money is what makes this move. I'm sorry, money is what makes this world go around right now. So we got to pay attention to these things, right? We do. We have to monitor many things that are happening on what we call the beast system, the satanic system, the machine, the evil system, all those other things, because that's what's driving the reality for these people. It's the biggest one to get somebody's attention. That is the carrot, that is the gold stick, that is everything that everybody wants to track, you know. So what I want to talk about the stock market real quick is that we had that M pattern that had been following, and I told you 2 or 3 days, and it's actually been breaking out of that M pattern. I mean, it was perfect. I've never seen anything like this, but we're in historical times right now, and I'm telling you, that M pattern is pulling up to the right. It's trying to make that right leg. Okay, but anyway, but the thing that I realized later, like I mentioned yesterday, that I realized that everything's about psychology of the people and pushing things onto them. So we had that 4,000 number on the S&P 500 that I should, if we were lower in the M pattern, it would have pulled down through there. But they have to push that 4,000 so you can hit the news and make it look wonderful. And look at the S&P is at a record 4,000, blah blah blah, and this, and you know what I mean, it's the whole damn gang and so the game and all these other things, right? So the problem is that'll probably be a barrier. That'll be, like I said, the goal line, as I mentioned yesterday. So, what some day traders will do is they'll try to ride it long if they want to go alongside, put a stop below, because you gotta be careful. Sometimes they'll dip underneath it just to try to catch those people's cash and try to cash them out and try to shake them out. So sometimes you put it just a little bit below there to an automatic sell or stop to get out of that goal line area. Okay, so you can put it like 5% below there, right? Somewhere between 3% and 5% below that 4,000 number. Okay. Now here's the thing is, I know you're probably all gonna laugh. I actually added double down to that with the TZA at that spot. Okay, at the right when it was around the 4,000. So I think what was the number that I bought TZA was 32. 32.90, and I'm not, I put it down there. It's probably still run. I might be front running this thing, but that's okay, because I know it's going to come back and test these lines, so I can get out anytime. It may take 3 weeks, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to pull out quickly if when it comes back down there. I'm going to see how I'm going to monitor that situation. Anyway, so also guess what? What's so funny about this? They're making fun of us. You know why? You got to remember, things aren't by coincidence. Look how we had a record S&P 500 index close on April Fool's. Think about that. Could have been any other day. You folks say, "Oh yeah, Kirk can make too many correlations." Wrong. Think about how they're making a fool out of all of us. All of us. Look, a record close on April Fool's Day. Could have been the day before. Could have been the time, and they may try it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow the markets are closed. I want to talk about that in a minute. So they did a record on April Fool's Day. Isn't that funny? They're laughing at us, folks. It's the big game. It's a big joke, right? So anyway, so here's the thing: is there's Gregory. I'm helping put his last name. He's a Freemason. He's a great guy. Don't judge him. He's actually caring. You can tell he really cares about people. He doesn't like what's happened. He's not using his Freemason stuff to in his garbage. He's just he is a Freemason, and I think he's a 32 level degree or something like that. Well, anyway, so my point is this: he keeps saying they're going to push it higher and higher. And he doesn't like what's happening with this. He said, boy, they're going to try to destroy everybody, and it's not funny. People are going to die when they start really over this situation, right? It's unfolding with one world government, one world religion, all these other things, right? But anyway, my point is this. He said that they're going to push it higher. Now, because I'm trying to use him as a gauge to monitor, because he's a pretty smart guy. But so he said they're just going to keep inflating until they can just really just explode this thing on people. Well, the thing is, I'm agree there's probably more inflation to this, but I'm going to play this area anyway because it's a good spot to sit. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm playing that line. Okay. because they're going to bounce up and down all around it. We saw that with the Dow, up and down for a while, up and down when it broke its that magic line. What was that number? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. So anyway, so he said he's going to inflate it some more, right? But he does expect another event. He said we all been having this thing about the oil. They got another mutual absurd distraction. They got something else they're going to throw out there for another false flag. They call it false flag, but these flags to just really distract and cause more issues. Okay, so we don't know what that is necessarily. I had one brother who said that they think that they might take down the dam in China, but that's a big one. I doubt that, but it'd be pretty tough, right? To that dam in China would do a lot of flooding, damage food, crops. It'd be a mess, right? The largest dam in China. So anyway, so my point is this: is you really shouldn't gamble, but like I said, I'm just trying to use some of the funds that I'm going to use off of this to help for my mission, and every penny is going to go towards helping the good side and helping every one of us. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it, right? So anyway, what else is there? We got the April Fool's thing with the joke. There's something else I was going to mention too. They got the April Fool's. Oh, the Good Friday thing. I want to talk about that for a minute because that is crazy, right? So here's the thing: is they'll close the stock markets closed tomorrow. They close the stock. So that's why they always do like a slight truth, or like they're trying to support Christianity. You have these false sheep in wolf clothing, like even Biden saying, "Well, I'm a Christian," or this and that, or you have Trump who says, "Hey, I'm a solid Christian," blah blah blah. Now I'm not judging all these doing, but until Biden, a Christian, but it also believes in abortion, Okay, it's either you're pregnant or not. You have to either be a Christian or you're not. You follow those rules or you don't. You know what I mean? There's nothing in between. That's the problem we have, is you have all these so-called Christians who say, "Hey, I'm a Christian," but then they'll try to slander that, not slander, slightly be off key to that, right? And I'm not trying here to push the whole Christian throat down you folks, but here's the thing: is it's either you are or you aren't. You're pregnant or you're not. So quit the bullshit, quit the lying, and quit the garbage, because you can read right through that, right? That's part of discernment, is reading, and also by their actions. You hear somebody talk about, what comes out their mouth and what they truly do by their actions can be different, okay? And so see what their actions are. What have they really done? Because if you truly believe in the things that you say, that you'll die for those, right? You'll die for those anti-abortion causes, because you care about a child, love one another, and stuff like that, right? So anyway, not to go on about that, but anyway, there's a lot of things I've been doing recently. I've been studying some things beyond Christianity, and there's a reason I'll try to explain that to you folks later. There's a lot more. That's why I keep expressing. I don't want to bring it onto this channel right now. I keep expressing you have got to go beyond the Bible. You have to. You have to understand children. You have to understand, and it sounds even weird, you got to understand tarot cards. You've got to understand all these things, because it's like a yin yang. You have to understand all these evil, negative things to understand the positive things. Okay, so I've been studying that very deep. I've been studying scripture and from different things, different types of religions, even the agnostics. I've been studying the recent heavily again. Okay, and I'll explain to that later why. Because when you start unraveling these rabbit holes, that it starts to blow your mind, my friends. But see, the thing is too, is I've got to honor, your Creator, and these the angels and all this other stuff, even the Spirit of Lord and Spirit of Saint. I've got to make sure that I'm aligned with those, because I'm understanding a lot of these things, but there's a lot of correlations. But everybody has these correlations. There's people that correlate things with gematria code, or they correlate this and that. I'm hearing all these correlations out there. But there's an old saying, correlation does not mean causation, okay? So you understand, correlation does not mean causation. So you got to find out the cause. Ask yourself why. Why? What's the cause? What is the driving factor behind this? And those are the things I'm trying to understand now. I understand all the correlations now. I've got that kind of all figured out, but I'm trying to understand the causation, And it doesn't really matter, because I'm just going to do what I need to do, love one another, keep doing my mission, my role, my character, my thing. But I'm trying to understand the background, the causation of these things, okay? So that I have a clear picture, so that I can be able to, if I have correlation and causation together, that means I can do a better job at what I need to do, right? And some of it's just waiting for the for the other side to help direct me. So I got to have patience, because sometimes they're unraveling and peeling just enough for me to understand, and probably you as well. You just get enough information here or there to make you be able to do what you need to do. Okay. So all right. So that's so long about that. I just want to throw that out there, and I know it's not that I'm trying to hide anything and this and that, and I'm just trying to bring it up so you folks can remind me down the road. Say, Kirk, what was your thing on this? But the thing is, I'm bringing it up now because I want you to go ahead and start pre-looking at that. So if you have interest, put a comment in there, and I'll put some information to point you to some resources that you can look deeper into these things. Okay. And the reason I'm not just throwing it out there is because, there's something that thou shalt seek, thou shalt find. I want a lot of people to go on this adventure and this thing like that, because I don't want to misdirect them on their path as well. It's like my daughter. I told her, I said, I'm not going to direct her. I'm going to provide her guidance and this and that. But I told her I want her to learn everything she can on her own. It's her own adventure, her own finding her creator and finding her own existence and who she is and things like this. I don't want to just go out and blast it to her and tell her what it is, right? Or not, because I don't have all the facts, but of what I think who she is and all these things like this. You just don't do that, in my opinion. We help guide people, right? We're kind of like coaches, thing like that, right? So, because if somebody just came to me and told me all these things before, it would have just destroyed my soul and my heart. And if Kirk himself came up to me 2 years ago and said what I know now, I would have lost my damn mind, probably 1-1. Well, I said, "You're kidding me, bud. You are out of your mind." I mean, I would have said, "You need to check yourself out of here and go in the mountains or something already," right? But not only that, it would have took away from my inspiration to keep searching and peeling. Remember, thou shalt seek, thou shalt find. And then the thing is, you got to be careful. You don't want to seek so far that you're wasting your time, or because you can spend your whole life just peeling every layer of this and that. So you kind of got to skim the surface of these things, surface of the water, kind of peek down in underneath that water occasionally and take a look, and then pull yourself back out, right? Because we're not supposed to know everything. I can tell you that too as well. Okay. All right. So that's enough about that. Love you all, and hoping you have a very blessed and beautiful day or evening, or wherever you're at. Okay. Take care. God bless.